2, a swing and a high fly ball, center field, and Walker with 7. Got a mismatch. Walker on McGee with 4. Kemba Walker, step back, Walker, carving in, Kemba does it again. Jordan to drive, hangs, fires, yes! He scores! The Bulls lead 8. Back to throw, under pressure, towards the ball, out of it.
Hello, and welcome to another show here at the PHS Sports Studio Room. Today's show will feature junior Cody Charneski and myself debating on the NBA playoffs. Also, a PHS Sports update will be on the show. And here is Cody Charneski, and we will be debating about the NBA playoffs, and there will be a bonus question at the end, of course, that we will all be looking forward to. First question, Cody, I have for you. How far will the Lakers go in this postseason?
Well, first off, I would just like to say thanks for having me on the show. It's awful kind of you. I believe that the Lakers are going to get bounced in the first round of the playoffs in 4 games. I do not think that they have a chance in beating the Spurs. They don't have enough scoring. They have no depth at the small forward position. The backup, other than Metta World Peace, is Devin Eubanks, who is only averaging 3.4 points per game and 2 rebounds. And against a tough San Antonio team like that, it's not going to get it done.
I do agree with you. I think maybe they'll pull out 1 game at home, but come on, dude. I do think they could be swept. Maybe win 1 game at home, but they are 3-12 against the top 4 teams in the West. So to expect them to win 4 games in 1 series, I think is pretty tough. And they're facing Tony Parker, Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, tough guys to deal with. So I think the Lakers will be bounced in the first round.
Something that they have going for them definitely is scoring 102 points per game this year, which was 6th in the NBA, which definitely can help them a lot. But giving up 101 points per game, which would be 22nd in the NBA, it's going to be tough to balance it out, especially without the Black Mamba there.
All right. Next question. Player to watch. I believe, throughout the playoffs, player to watch, I believe it's Carmelo Anthony. It has to be. He averaged 28.7 points per game in the regular season. In the first 2 games in the Celtics series, he has scored 36 and 34. He certainly has a lot of pressure to win. He only has one time he's gotten past the first round. 7 out of 8 times he's been bounced in the first round. And the Knicks haven't won an NBA championship since 1973. So I believe that he is the guy that needs to do well.
Most people looked at the superstars in this certain category, but for me, it's kind of a sleeper and a little bit of an X factor. I'm going to go with Chris Anderson of the Miami Heat. When Chris Anderson plays, the Miami Heat are 42-3. Now, when Anderson is on the court, the point differential is plus 14 for Miami, rather when he's off, it's -2. Second chance points have increased dramatically when he is on the court, and the opponent's field goal percentage when he is on the court is 37.5%. But when he is off the court, it is 53.6. Now, this shows that other opponents against Miami are scoring more and often when Chris is off the court. I would also like to add that during the playoffs, he is only playing 14.5 minutes per game. But he's been very efficient. He's averaging 10 points a game and 6.5 rebounds with a plus 15 efficiency rating. Now, the thing that really I like about this guy is he brings energy to the team. He electrifies the arena. And he just knows what to do and knows his role and plays it to the best of his abilities. Whether it's a putback dunk, whether it's a key rebound that could lead to a Ray Allen 3, this guy.
Cody, you're saying all this good stuff, but it's the Heat. Obviously, they won 60+ games, and you're picking Chris Anderson as your player to watch. You have Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, so many other guys, and you're picking Chris Anderson.
I picked Chris Anderson for a lot of different reasons, Brian, but I really believe that without Chris Anderson, Miami Heat is not as good as everybody thinks that they are. I know they have superstars like LeBron and Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, but sometimes you just need that extra rock, that centerpiece that is going to make this whole thing go. Now, for Carmelo Anthony, he is the star, he is the stud of New York. We all understand that, and he makes the team go. But if he doesn't perform, the whole team is going down. I feel that that's the same thing with Chris Andersen. If he doesn't perform to the best of his abilities, Miami is not going to be as strong on the glass. LeBron and D-Wade are not going to be able to get as many opportunities as they can on the offensive and defensive side, and their points per game is going to suffer for it. And I believe that that could end up in a bad loss, maybe to Milwaukee or somewhere down the road.
So you're saying Chris Andersen is like the defining point of the Miami Heat. You're
Absolutely.
saying they win or lose based on him. If they lose him, if he gets injured, they're done.
Absolutely.
All right. Next question. What team has the most pressure to win?
I would say that has to be the Boston Celtics, Brian. And I'm going to say this for a couple of reasons. One, the Celtics have not won a championship since 2008 when we all know the big three came over to Boston: Ray Allen, KG, and Paul Pierce. However, time is catching up to the Celtics. KG, now 36 years of age, and with knee problems and ankle problems, does not look in the best shape of his life. And he has tired legs at the end of the game and isn't hitting those clutch jumpers that he once was in 08. Along with Paul Pierce, who is up there in age at 35. He's not producing like he once was. He doesn't have that first step like he did before. And I think it's showing in the first two games of this New York series where Carmelo has been blowing by Paul Pierce and not being able to stick with him. Obviously, not having the superstar Rajon Rondo is hurting the Celtics a lot, but this is the last dance for the Celtics, and I don't think if they get it done now, this might break up the band, so to say.
I do agree with the age. I'm going to go with the San Antonio Spurs from the West Conference. How much time does Duncan, Parker, and Ginobili have left?
Yeah.
And Greg Popovich, of course, we all know he's sat those guys during the regular season, got a lot of heat for that. And this is the reason why, because to perform well in the playoffs, to save their legs for the playoffs. So I'm going to go with the San Antonio Spurs. Next question. How far will your Celtics go in this postseason?
Well, I am a Celtics fan, but unfortunately, I only see them getting to Game 6 with the New York Knicks. I think coming home to Boston, they will win one, possibly, if they're lucky. But, after, obviously, the tragedy of the Boston Marathon, the TD Garden's going to be all electrifying, and it's going to be energetic. And I think the Celtics are going to be able to steal one there just based on the sixth man, so to say, with the crowd and the energy and really pursuing the players to get it done. But other than that, Carmelo Anthony, J.R. Smith, Tyson Chandler, too many good basketball players, too many young legs, too many fresh legs on New York's side. I don't see the Celtics going very far.
I agree with you. I originally had them taken to maybe 7 games, but after seeing how they performed the last couple games, they only scored 21 points in the second half in Game 2, 8 points in the fourth quarter in Game 1. That's not going to get it done, obviously. As you said, they got no Rajon Rondo, and Carmelo Anthony, I think, is just too much to handle. At the end of the day, who will win the NBA championship?
My pick for the NBA championship has to be the Miami Heat, based on a couple of reasons. They're the best team in the NBA by far. They have dominated the regular season. They have so far dominated the postseason. And with LeBron James and Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh and Chris Andersen at the helm, I really can't see them losing. They have too much depth everywhere. The point guard position, Mario Chalmers, has really stepped up over the last couple of years and filled that role nicely. And LeBron is just playing on a different level right now. He is just a man on a mission, and I see him going after his second ring.
Don't forget about Chris Andersen there, too.
Chris Andersen is a huge key to that Miami organization, and I really see him doing big things in the playoffs and possibly surprising a lot of people like my partner Brian over here on maybe what he could do.
And I agree with you. I do believe the Heat. I think the Nuggets are potential that they could beat in the finals. Maybe the Thunder again. Certainly will be a good series to watch out for.
You really think the Nuggets could win the NBA championship?
I'm for conference for the Heat would beat them.
I was going to say the Warriors gave them a pretty good run last night.
Steph Curry did go off. He had 30 points, 13 assists last night. Definitely, he is someone to watch out for. Another guy that we could have put on the show.
Definitely a fun series to check out, Nuggets and Warriors.
And the last question. It's a question that will be debated forever, and no one really has the correct answer. And this question is, Cody Charneski, who is better, Michael Jordan or LeBron James?
Now, I might take some heat from this from my Twitter fans, but I'm going to have to go out and say I would take LeBron James over Michael Jordan. And
LeBron James over Jordan?
You can quote me on that. Now, listen. At the time, LeBron is 28 years old. When Jordan was 28 years old, he had one NBA championship, same as LeBron. And LeBron is a walking triple-double as soon as he steps his foot in that arena. This is a man among boys. I will say this, I will say it again.
So is Michael Jordan.
LeBron is a physical, mentally, absolutely, unbelievably amazing athlete. And there is no one that can take down this man going to the basket, shooting jumpers, doing all the little things. He will lock down your best defender. He will score on your best defender. He will do everything that he can to make sure that Miami has one more point than his opponent at the end of the day.
How many NBA championships does Jordan have?
6.
6. How many Finals MVP does he have?
6.
Okay. He is a 10-time scoring champion. Okay, 10 times.
Yep.
That's all fingers. 10 times. 32,292 career points. You know what that averages out to?
30.1 points a game.
Done your research. 30.1 points per game. Who does that? Who averages 30 points a game? Okay. He played in a much better era. All right. He faced these guys, Magic Johnson. He was playing with Scottie Pippen. All these guys, and I'm telling you, the NBA was just better. And I think the NBA has just gone down as a whole since Jordan has left the game.
Now just stop for 1 second. When Michael Jordan came into the league, he was nothing but a dunker. Correct?
Okay.
He was a highlight film. He was nothing other than a dunker.
Same could be said about LeBron.
However,
same thing could be said about LeBron.
LeBron has already been to the NBA Finals 3 times. 3 times.
Okay.
He took his Cleveland Cavaliers in 2007 to the NBA Finals, unfortunately getting beat by the San Antonio Spurs. But when LeBron left Cleveland, until now, they have just as many wins as Miami did this year.
Okay.
I think that says a lot. I think that says a lot about his personal value to the team and his overall basketball skill. If you put him on your team, he's automatically 50-plus wins. Automatically.
Same could be said about Jordan too.
But LeBron not only made himself better every day, every night, every game, he made the players around him better. And when he started, he had to do it all by himself. Jordan had some help with Pippen. He had 2 Hall of Famers. Jordan had some help with Pippen. Now listen to me. LeBron James on the Cleveland Cavaliers,
Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh.
On the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Okay, and they added Ray Allen this year, who's the all-time leading in threes.
On the Cleveland Cavaliers, LeBron had nobody, and he made guys
didn't win.
He made guys like Mo Williams, Anderson Varejao, J.J. Hickson, Anthony Parker turn into absolute studs because he made them better.
I don't think absolute studs is the correct phrase for that.
He made them better. Jordan definitely made his players better, but I can't say that he was exactly better than LeBron James because I don't believe that he can do everything on the basketball court and to his team and have that will to win, such as like LeBron.
Will to win. You're going to go and will to win?
I'm going to go.
Players on the Bobcats are saying that he can still beat them one-on-one. He's 50 years old. 50 years old.
That's why he is
the greatest player. You almost said it. The greatest player to ever live the game.
And how many wins did the Bobcats have this year?
That doesn't mean anything
to
his talent.
Great, how many?
That doesn't mean anything for his talent.
If Michael Jordan was as good as a basketball player as LeBron, then maybe he should come back. Maybe he should make a comeback and we should see it.
He's 50, okay?
But if he's as great as you think he is, and you think that he can come back and still, average maybe 15, 20 points a game,
he could easily do that in the NBA.
Let's see it.
All right, call him up and you tell him that he needs to make a comeback at age 50.
That is for another show, my friend. However, I would just like to say LeBron James is, to me, and I know there's many other people that agree with me, better than Michael Jordan. That's it.
All right, well, I'm going to throw a couple more stats at you. Michael Jordan, you know how many points he averaged in the fourth quarter?
13.6.
13.6. How many does LeBron average? 7.7. Okay? 6 more points. Let's see. When it comes down to the clutch time, who's better? Even with the stats.
Statistically, it's Jordan. However, LeBron would also average over 8 rebounds a game and 8 assists a game. So he wasn't taking as many shots as Jordan was. He was distributing the ball more.
MJ averaged 6.2 rebounds and 5.3 assists. So he's also doing his fair share of...
Those 2 rebounds and those 3 assists go to his shots, making him kind of a ball hog.
Oh, so 30 points a game isn't good enough? That's what you're saying?
That's not what I'm saying. 30 points per game is amazing. It's one of the best by far. But I'm just saying I would rather have a guy on my team who would distribute the ball, and make everybody else better rather than taking his own.
I'm gonna leave you on this. Also, kind of back to the fourth quarter points. LeBron, he averages 28.5 points per game in the playoffs. Want to know how much Michael Jordan averages? 35. 33.4.
But is it really comparable? And is it really safe to say?
They play in different eras.
Is it really safe to say
Jordan played in a much better
hold on.
time period than LeBron does right now?
Is it really safe to say that you can compare their careers, knowing that LeBron is maybe at the halfway point and he is at the peak of his career?
No, it's not.
LeBron is all done.
No.
When LeBron is all done, I would like to have
Jordan's all done.
Jordan is all done. But when LeBron's all done, I would like to have this discussion again because I think you might be thinking differently. Because is it really that Jordan is that much better, or is it really how great LeBron is that we can compare him already to Michael Jordan? Already
he's been in the league for 8 years.
At 28 years of age, already we can compare him to Michael Jordan, and he is not even past his prime. He might not even be at his prime.
Well, I mean, he's got Chris Anderson, so he's all set.
That's Brian Dostaler. I'm Cody Charneski. Thanks for watching PHS Sports. We out.
Here's an update on the spring sport teams before Wednesday's game. The baseball team sits on an unimpressive 2-6 record for the first 8 games. The softball team is off to a hot start as they are 5-2. One of their most impressive wins came back in early April where the Blue Devils defeated North Branford 13-12. Girls tennis team picked up their second win of the season, a 7-0 victory over visiting Weaver on Monday. Golf is 4-2, most recently defeating Bristol Eastern 181-182. The boys track and field team recently earned their second win of the season when they defeated Platt at home. And lastly, the girls track and field team fell to Platt to drop to 0-4 on the season. Well, that concludes another show here for PHS Sports. Thank you to Coach Charneski for coming onto the show today. I am Brian Dostaler. Thanks for watching PHS Sports.